Moms and dads, what do you do when your sweet little girl turns into a tween or a teen? She changes. You'll need to change as well, unless you want a home that becomes a very miserable place. And this is where our next guest comes in. Arden Greenspan-Goldberg, a nationally known psychotherapist, is here. And you have a new book. Good to have you here, Arden.
Thank you so much.
What do you expect? She's a teenager.
Yeah.
So this stuff happens. And I love one of the quotes on the back here from someone who reviewed the book. If your little girl has suddenly turned into one big eye roll, then this is for you.
Absolutely. And what happens is when you have a little sweet little girl, and you have a 15-year-old daughter,
15-year-old.
They're delicious, and then all of a sudden they hit puberty and get their period, and then it's like combustible, especially between mother and daughter.
Yeah, I try to stay away. Yes, I kind of keep my distance when that happens.
Stay in the background a bit.
But yeah, I mean, but that is a certain amount of that tension and friction is just part of the deal, is it not?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Daughters are going to push the boundaries and test. And, you know, for moms, you have to set up some reasonable limits and boundaries. And you got to expect them to make mistakes. And you're teaching them how to, you know, it's about the content of their character. Also, you're teaching them how to be, you know, relate and deal with all and navigate all the stresses and the complex times that they're growing up in now.
One of the points you make consistently in this book, that punishment just doesn't work. Hard and fast rules, throw them out. And that sounds all well and good, but a lot of people out there have a hard time with that.
I know.
You know, little Susie does something wrong, well, she's got to pay.
I know. Well, it doesn't work that way these days. You take away computer privileges or allowances or their cell phone, that's their lifeline, Corey. So they're going to rebel. They're going to work around you. They can borrow someone's cell phone. They can sneak and use someone's Facebook. It doesn't work that way. Plus, it doesn't really facilitate conversations, and this is what you want with your daughter. You want to keep it going, keep it flowing, see the bigger picture, because they could be in deep trouble, and you want to be an approachable, loving, warm, unconditionally loving parent.
You want to have that dialogue, that communication all the times, but playing the contrarian here. Okay, so little Susie comes home late, you know, 3 straight weekends, and you just say, well, try to do better next time, and what do you do?
No, if little Susie comes home and she comes home drunk a few times in a row, you take a car away, Corey, but it's not punishment. It's for her own protection and good, and you explain it that way, that apparently you're not able to manage this humongous responsibility at this point. But it's not punishment. It's more about honing in on her health and welfare and safety. Very different, protective, very different. All right,
the book again, What Do You Expect? She's a Teenager, a hope and happiness guide for moms with daughters. And you have an appearance tonight, right?
I do, at the bookstall in Winnetka at Chestnut Court at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm very excited. Hope all my friends come out and see me.
Arden Greenspan-Goldberg, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. My pleasure,
Good luck
Corey.
with the book.
Thank you so much.
All right.